Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, February 6th. Um, 2 weeks till Vegas. I'm counting down the days. Sorry you can't see me. I don't know what the deal is, why it's not doing my video. So instead, I'm going to share my screen instead. I think we're going to get right into it. This morning, Alan posted this little quiz. What was a trade?
I don't think anybody got it.
Well, look at XOM CCK. I thought it was Oxy because Oxy was up quite a bit this morning.
Not,
Um,
not enough to make 5 grand for.
Jeff Winters, come on down. Um, picked
Did you get it?
UPS.
Oh, good
And
job.
sure enough, here's UPS. If we look at this 3-month chart, um, it was getting hammered. And I think this was earnings, the earnings drop, continued to drop after earnings. So in a second, I'm going to let Alan talk about why he got into this, but I don't know if it's just me, um, but I'm starting to get nervous. I don't know if that's a good word in regards to the market. Um, I don't find it. So anyway, the news that I saw this morning, and I can't find it on CNBC anymore, is that um, credit defaults are up and credit limits or the amount of credit that individuals currently hold is at quite a high. Um, I kind of felt this going into last year. Um, consumers doing great, people are spending money, but really what they're doing is spending credit, and that's not going to last. I just for some reason feel like the market is toppy. Um, and we saw a little bit of a pullback when Fed Day happened and no rates came or no rate drops came. Um, I think what may push this is another, if inflation rises, um, because I think if you think about the Fed and you think about interest rates, you have a market. Market heats up, market starts to get inflation or economy starts inflation. The Fed raises rates to cool down the economy. Okay. Economy starts to cool down. Inflation returns to normal, which I think they're targeting 2%. And then they start raising rates to speed up the economy or to basically put on the gas of the economy. So if you think about the economy like a car, you have the gas, which is lowering interest rates, and you have the brakes, which is raising interest rates. And we've gone last year, trying to put on the brakes on this economy. And now traders or the market is looking for the gas again. And I think Jay Powell in his message, I think they're a little bit more cautious than the market wants them to be. Um, I just and the the thing I think is that you have a small number of shares or no small number of stocks that are floating this market. And it'd be interesting to see the advances versus the decliners to see how many are advancing versus how many stocks are declining. Um, I mean, if you look at Nivea, and Nivea took a break today, a little bit of a break, but it is quite extended. Um, and that I that's what I'm a little bit nervous about. Um, I'm nervous that the the few stocks that are holding up the market are going to take a break, going to take a reset, trade back to their 20 SMAs. Um, and there'll be nothing to prop up this market, and we'll kind of see downfalls, or we'll see, like, down 1%, down 2%. So we'll see. But from a technical standpoint, this looks good. We're kind of, I think, what they call a bull flag. We raise and then we kind of take a break, and then we continue on our move upwards. So for those of you that played along this morning, the stock that Alan, I don't know, what did you say? 1,000% trade was UPS. And let's see here. I don't know if you can find news in Fidelity. But Alan, I'll let you take over and explain what you saw in UPS, what made you go long, and go from there. So,
Well, thanks, Brian. And sometimes people say, why aren't you, posting the trades? Why aren't you emailing? And to be honest with you, I find in my life I have to eliminate all negativity. For example, if I talk to Brian, and every time I talk to him, he's negative and oh this, oh that, or that, then the thing is that it takes away from your creative juices. It takes away your enthusiasm and your positiveness. Me and Brian get along real well. When you have negativity, it takes away your enthusiasm. It's very important when you're in your stride in life is to be around people that are going to be encouraging, uplifting, positive, that are going to encourage you. For example, if Brian said he wants to be a multimillionaire, I'd say, Brian, that's great. That's awesome. That's just wonderful. Let me know what I can do to help you. But if Brian went to somebody and they told him that, and they say, oh, Brian, you're an idiot. What are you, stupid? You're broke. You can't do this. You can't do that. There's no encouragement. And unfortunately, we had a few people that were negative on these emails, and that they, it's like, I'm trying to encourage and help. And so I took a break from, posting my trades. Now, the UPS trade, I traded two things. I bought UPS and I bought Oxy. The reason I bought both of them is, if Brian will bring up the charts, that I try to go ahead and only buy something that's going to move. Now, UPS, when it was down where it was at on the 20-day SMA, was in a position to go up to 153, 154 on the 20-day simple moving average.
I was gonna
So
say, where'd you get that number from, Alan?
I got from Brian, and because we looked at it earlier. Now, if
Right.
you look at Oxy did the same thing. So what I'm looking for, first of all, I'm not looking to hold any trades overnight unless I have an advantage. The advantage is that if I can buy UPS at a cheap price, which is what I did, and it wasn't very expensive. So to me, for a UPS that's $139 stock, to move $5 in a day, to me, is nothing. That's only 2%. And that I could buy the shares for literally $10 a contract. I mean, I'm in. And so for $500, I made $5,000. I'll take that trade any day. That's how you stay nimble. That's how you stay active. That's how you go ahead and stay. Now, I still have 10 contracts in play. So if it still continues to go up, I'm still in.
Well, and looking at
So,
the 3-month chart, it looks like it does have more room to the upside.
oh, it's huge. The question is, what's going to happen tomorrow? And then what's going to go ahead and happen after that? I think we keep going up, but what I'm looking for is we may have a pullback. It may pull back in the morning. And so what it is, if it pulls back in the morning, then what you're going to have is you're going to have another opportunity to buy. So if I get a pullback in the morning of $1 or two, people taking profits, I'm back in UPS.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So,
Because that's what
yeah,
it'll be, you know, with the move. So it moved almost 5% today. There's bound to be people that are going to take profit in the morning.
yeah, there you go. I must have had a bad Wi-Fi. So, yeah. So the rule is everything is a 5-minute rule trade, unless you see an opportunity and you can get it in at a low price. UPS, I was able to get it on a low price. So I invested $500 and then I made over 5,000. Now the thing is that if I would have held to 12 o'clock, it would have been over 10,000. So, but I find it's not always the best idea to be greedy. Usually when I sell, I usually hold back 10 or something in case we get more upside move.
Yeah, right. And here, UPS to expand margin earnings with cost reduction programs, Saturday residential delivery. UBS upgrades UPS to buy rating from neutral.
Isn't that crazy? Now,
Yeah.
my experience is when somebody upgrades, and it's a documented fact, even though it's hard to document it, is that when I was in online trading academy school, he showed, his name was John, the instructor, he showed that UBS, I hate to use a name, but we'll just say whoever went ahead and they were selling on that sell off. and then and then they were going ahead and then they caught it on the short side, and then it showed that they were the ones that did the upgrade, and then they were the ones buying it. So what it is that they produced a short squeeze.
Yeah, kind of forced
Um,
the bottom to it.
yeah, and then what happened is that then to go ahead and literally it said it was the best day it's had in years in one day. But my experience is on an upgrade, usually you'll get a pullback and then it'll go back up some more. People taking profits.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's hard to say. I mean, if the market opens up 100 points tomorrow, I'll do very well. But obviously, I would have done a lot better with all those other contracts. But I was in 50 contracts on that. And then on Google on Friday. So, I mean, Friday I did 5,000 on Google. So, having a good week so far, the last couple days.
And I believe Google had a good day as well. Well, a quarter or a
No, it
quarter.
actually started up really nice. It's kind of funny because I was in yesterday. I had 5,000 shares. No, I had 10 contracts on Google, and I went ahead and had a good day yesterday. And then I sold at 10 o'clock, and then did real well with that. And then it dropped $1 after I sold it, and then after that, it opened up today $1.50 up or something, and then I think it closed pretty flat today.
Yeah.
10 cents, 48 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. 48
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah. It went ahead and now did you bring up the 20-day SMA in Google?
Yeah, that's actually I touched it today. So 146.73.
Yeah. Now, so you got a situation there that if it could break the 20-day SMA, then it's going to go back to to the top.
Yeah.
So if anybody's saying, Alan, if you were me, what would you be buying? I'd say wait for the pullback. Right now, the market's down 22 points on the Dow, 2 points basically on the S&P. I would go ahead and be buying Google calls, and I would be buying UPS calls and Oxy calls. But I think you're going to get a pullback first.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be a short pullback? Could be. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah. One of the ones that I've been watching was Nivea, who did touch 700 in the pre-market. Let's see, today's high 697.54, but did have pretty much of a huge pullback down 20-30 points before coming back up to where it opened yesterday. So that's what I'm watching. It was hard for me not to get out of this stock this morning. Because like I said, it dropped. Let's see, today, 5 minutes. You know, it went from 695 down to 665, so 30 or so points before coming back up. And I think that's just because it's moved so much in this past couple months. Let's see here, January 8th. And just for disclaimer, I'm in at 494, I think. Just under 500. So that's been a runner, and maybe it does trade back down to its 20 SMA, which is sitting at 601. So we'll see, but it's one that I've liked for this year. So yeah. So like I said, Vegas in 2 weeks.
Listen to you, man. You're getting ready.
I'm excited. Yeah. I hope others can join us. It's gonna be fun. Quite the learning experience as well. I can't wait to meet, and hopefully I'll meet John Carter, who's Simpler Trading. Was in Simpler Options, or started Simpler Options. Sold indicators to Thinkorswim. So I'm kind of familiar with him as a trader. So yeah. Yeah, other than that, it's been crazy here. So I don't think anything else really exciting. So yeah, I should run. I should let you run. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week. Super Bowl Sunday. I'm trying to pick the lesser of two evils because I don't because San Francisco has beaten the Packers I don't know how many times in a row to get in the playoffs. But the Chiefs have won it last year, so I'm not a big fan of Patrick Mahomes, so we'll see. I'll watch it for the commercials, so yeah, who are you rooting for, Alan?
I will be in Kansas City's thing. I think Mahomes the best quarterback ever lived. I think the Lions would have kicked their ass. But with that said, what are you going to do? Life works that way. So that's what happens. So
Yeah.
what do you do?
Okie doke. Well, you guys
All
take it
right.
easy. Have a good day. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.